When the lambs is lost in the mountain, he said, they is cry. Sometime come the mother, sometime the wolf. Cormac McCarthy, Blood Meridian. Warfare is fundamentally about breaking the enemy's will to fight. This can be done with violence or without it before the fight even starts through raw intimidation. Working from this understanding, military theorists have divided the history of warfare into multiple generations. First-generation warfare was war as it was waged from the dawn of civilization up through roughly the Civil War. This style of conflict involved mass line infantry, equipped with spears, pikes, swords, or line-of-sight ranged weapons such as longbows, crossbows, or muskets. The basic tactic was to draw up two large groups of armed men, bring them into close contact, and have them hack at one another until one side grew demoralized by the slaughter, at which point their line would break and the real slaughter could begin. The age of industrial and mechanized warfare, which dawned with the Second World War and reached its apogee with the invasion of Iraq, mechanized warfare created an overwhelming advantage for large industrial states. Small states and non-state actors responded with what can be thought of as televisual warfare, combat via propaganda. This is war as fought with cameras and media distribution networks. The response to this televisual warfare is, of course, warfare by Psy-Op, utilizing misinformation and sentiment engineering. Its characteristic weapons platform is the social network, where mechanized warfare seeks to use the enemy's own morality against it. Psychic warfare seeks to change that morality, to transform the enemy's inner nature, allowing the enemy to attack themselves for you, to surrender with open arms and smiles on their faces. Ideally, without the enemy even realizing that they're under attack. Michael Aquino, a retired U.S. Army lieutenant colonel, specialist in psychological warfare, and a theistic Luciferian Satanist who founded the occult religious organization known as the Temple of Set in 1975, co-authored a 1980 internal concept paper with Paul Vallely, a retired United States Army Major General, former senior military analyst for Fox News, and an advisory board member for Turning Point USA. From Psy-Op to Mind War, the Psychology of Victory. This paper proposes using science, psychology, and arcane esoteric arts to achieve a syncretic resolution by manipulating consciousness and perception. This manipulation extends far beyond military use to political and social interaction, aiming for a new standard of rationality within human affairs. Aquino was a high-ranking member of Anton LaVey's Church of Satan, but was dissatisfied with the church's materialist, non-theistic approach, along with LaVey's abolition of regional groups and commercialization of church degrees, which later led to Aquino resigning and, according to his own claim, embarking on a ritual to invoke Satan, who revealed to him a sacred text called the Book of Coming Forth by Night. According to Aquino, in his work, Satan revealed his true name to be that of Set, which had been the name used by his followers in ancient Egypt. Now, the Temple of Set is not unique as an initiatory occult organization, as it is simply one out of many various magical and hermetic orders, esoteric societies, arcane colleges, and mystery schools, which focus on the left-hand path of self-deification and the evolution of consciousness. These mystery schools find their origin in the ancient Egyptian and Greco-Roman world and are primarily designed to preserve esoteric spiritual knowledge by guiding individuals through a rigidly structured initiatory path that leads to what they claim to be as a higher understanding of life, death, and the cosmic mysteries of the universe. One of the earliest and most influential of these schools were the Eleusinian Mysteries, originating during the Hellenistic period toward the end of the 5th century, and lasting for over a millennia. The lineage of Egyptian, Phoenician, Hellenic, Khazarian, and Babylonian mystery schools has been sustained throughout the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st centuries. Fraternus Saturni, or the Brotherhood of Saturn, is one such example. A German magical order founded in 1926 by Eugene Grosch, it is one of the oldest continuous mystery schools within contemporary magical practice, adopting a rigid system of hierarchical degrees similar to the Freemasons, ending with the 33rd as the highest official degree. Considered to be the most influential German magical order, The Brotherhood of Saturn places a much larger emphasis upon astrological and Luciferian teachings rather than more traditional esoteric teachings such as the mystic Kabbalah or Christian mysticism seen in other Western magical orders founded in the 20th century. The Satanic Order of Nine Angels is a left-hand path mystery school that was established in the Welsh marches of Western England during the late 1960s. It has since branched out to several other countries around the world, rising to public recognition in the 1980s while attracting attention for its ultranationalist neo-Nazi ideology and activism. From the late 1970s onward, several books and articles were produced in order to propagate the order's ideas. Through these ventures, it established links with other Satanist and neo-fascist groups around the world. Chief among them, the Temple of Blood, the Black Order, and neo-Nazi militant groups such as Atomwaffen Division and National Action. The Order of Nine Angels promotes the idea that human history can be divided into a series of aeons, each of which contains a corresponding human civilization. Adherents believe that the current aeonic civilization is that of the Western world, or Western civilization, but that the evolution of this society is threatened by the humility, tenderness, meekness, and compassion of the Christian faith, which the order seeks to combat or subvert in order to establish a militaristic new social order, which it calls the Imperium. The Order's writings state that while Western civilization had once been a pioneering entity, imbued with elitist values and exalting the way of the warrior, they believe that the Nazarene influence of Christianity represents a counter-evolutionary trend which threatens to prevent the emergence of the Western Imperium, and thus the evolution of humanity, teaching that this cosmic enemy must be overcome through the force of will. The Order is thus far more overtly politically extreme in its aims than other satanic and left-hand path organizations are, seeking to infiltrate and destabilize modern society through magical and practical means. One of these magical means is a practice known as chaos magic, a postmodern, results-oriented occult tradition where practitioners temporarily adopt or propagate belief systems in order to influence probability and alter consciousness, while also being able to change or completely disregard those beliefs as needed. Chaos magic has been used as a means of reshaping our perception of reality itself. It is a rejection of all fixed models of reality. This reflects one of the central tenets of chaos magic. Nothing is true, everything is permitted. It is this listlessness and fixation with obtaining higher prestige, power, and influence that has defined the members of the elite ruling classes who have either intermingled or became initiates within these ancient mystery schools. They see themselves as the great deciders or the grand architects of modern civilization, and that everyone else is, for all intents and purposes, disposable. Thus the lamb cries out for its mother, and what follows instead is the wolf.